non-conforming structure that's got more than 30% added to it requires a special permit as well. So since we're adding about 170%, those are the three things that we're asking for tonight.
Yes.
Are those all in the application?
No, that was not in the application. It didn't indicate. The reason that they were before us was to seek a special permit.
Yeah, like I think it just says extension of an existing non-conforming structure, right?
Right.
Yeah, right. Decision dated August 13, 2015 does not allow for further alterations or additions without prior approval from the Board of Appeals.
I'm not extending it any further into the setback than what's already previously there.
Yeah, I understand. The
By
deck
taking
came off
that,
the
by
front.
that, right, by taking that front deck
But you're
off.
bringing it out
Out
on
to
the
the
sides,
sides,
just
but-
so that we're clear, it's a
Yes.
new nonconformity,
It creates an additional nonconformity.
Right.
Which would be,
off to the sides rather than in front.
In front, yeah. you-
Because that rear setback, the existing house is already within the setback.
right,
So
but,
you're increasing
adding
the
more-
you're adding on to nonconformity on the side.
Into
You're
the,
shifting it from the
Okay.
front to the side.
I hear what
Do you
you're saying.
understand
but
that?
Nick, I understand
seems-
what you're trying to say, but I see it as I'm not adding any additional, I'm not moving forward into that setback because it's already, I took the deck off the front. If I had left the deck on, I would have made it more non-conforming.
So you're not getting any closer to the lake.
Right.
But the pieces you're adding on the sides are within the 50-foot setback and therefore in violation of the setback rule, 50 feet.
Okay, yes, they're still in, yes. I get that.
But all that's covered under that special permit request.
Under the request.
That's why we've
yes.
done that special permit.
Which is why they're in
thing.
front of you.
That's why
Right.
we're in front of this, right. I just
'Cause we
wanted,
don't
because
have
the application didn't
5 different
indicate.
variances, we're just doing the special
Right,
permit.
yeah. So the application didn't indicate
Right.
the specific reasons, so I just wanted to make sure that we
Yeah.
were all on the same page.
No, appreciate it. All right, will we have any other questions?
Jamie, what was the other condition of the prior approval on the special, the earlier special permit that they asked for? I think there were 2 conditions on there. One of them was about.
One was that no additional building permits at this site would be issued without a special permit. That was the,
And condition 1 was that the first floor, the lower level cannot be used as a habitable space. It must remain a storage area only. That was the first condition. Because when they built that house, the house was built, but it was not built according to the approval. And then your company and your client came back and asked for a retroactive approval on what had already been built.
Right.
So those were the conditions.
I don't remember seeing, we didn't see the basement on our site walkthrough.
what do you go into that sort of thing
No.
now?
Yeah, that's the other building, so.
I mean, so in a case like that, when there's a condition being set, does that fall on John to check if it's being met? It's like, this is a specific condition about whether a space is habited or not. It's definitely out of our purview.
Yes, and now they're coming for further relief.
Right.
I mean, you as a board, you can ask for verification that
Mm.
those conditions have been met.
Mhm.
You know, one they're doing now by approaching the board again for the new,
Yeah.
but
So do you know if
I do
if
not
there's
know.
anything there?
I'd have no idea. I know that they have a pet that lives in the basement, but that's all I know.
Do you know if it's finished?
I don't know. I've never been in it.
Okay. So I guess that's where we need to start, is if the board feels that the conditions were not met.
So I read that as an and, so if this condition and this condition are true,
Right.
then, yeah.
I don't know if they're inhabited, and I'm really surprised that John is not here tonight. But I don't know if they're that bottom floor is inhabited or not, but I do know that they leave that door open in the summertime, so I would not think that you would wanna leave your house door open in the summertime, cause they have an animal that goes in and out of there.
Mm.
So I would say it's not inhabited by a human being at least.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, I've been surveying out there this past summer, and that door was open all day long that I was out there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay, so,
Do you want, what are you thinking? You wanna have John verify, or?
Yeah. yeah, maybe he could take a swing by in the morning.
As long as the property owners are there to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
they're,
We
you know,
contact them.
Did you
of
wanna
course.
set it up with the homeowner?
I could,
Okay.
and
Okay.
then have them pick a date that you wanna swing by and look at it, or,
or John can swing
Just
by.
John.
It
John's-
doesn't have to be
Yeah,
a
we don't
full
have to,
board site
we don't have to
visit
all
or
go
anything.
there
Yeah.
and make it that formal, but if John goes by there in the morning and there's a slab floor, there's not a carpet, and, you know, finished walls and paintings and furniture and things like that, then clearly it's storage only and met the condition of the
Prior.
most recent approval.
okay.
And
Yeah.
for me, I think that's where we need to start. Anyone else?
I feel like that's fairly
Comment,
reasonable.
opinion?
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that makes sense. I wasn't on the board at the time, but the way that's written suggests to me that it's a, you know,
Those two
it's
things
gonna
have
come
to-
again, there's gonna be a contingency to make sure that the conditions are met.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah, I wish, too bad we didn't think of it before. We could've scoped it all when we were there. Can't think of it all? All right, so what are we thinking? We're gonna wait till we hear from John? We're gonna,
Yeah, I
What do you-
think, I think that, because the project that was initially approved is not what was ultimately built, and then the residents came back and asked us to approve something retroactively that we hadn't approved. You know, I think there's just a feeling of, or a lack of a feeling of trust, and I think we need to confirm that first, the conditions of the most recent approval have been met.
Okay,
And then we can,
I think there's due diligence given
Even-
the history.
Yep.
okay.
exactly.
All right, even though I've brought in front of you a different special permit, you would, okay, I have no problem with it.
Well, I think the prior special permit conditions any new special permits on those two other conditions of the prior, we have to verify those two other conditions before we approve new special permits.
Okay.
it's a unique piece of property. There's two
Yeah.
houses
It
on
is,
one lot.
it is.
and,
It's an
you
odd
know,
one.
Yeah, it's,
I agree.
The lakes around here challenge us all, they're all unique pieces of property.
Yeah.
I struggle, you know, just to kind of throw it out there,
Mhm.
I struggle with the amount of square footage being added to the structure.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, we've had situations in the past where the request has been made of us and we haven't been supportive.
Mhm.
What percentage did you say it was again, that we're adding this time?
170, what is it, 175%, so it's the existing house is about 1,000 square feet and they're
Mhm.
adding 1,760 square feet to it, so
Right, yep.
170-some%.
Mhm.
In the nonconformity part of it, they're adding 511 square feet.
Yeah,
In
but
the-
it's the existing house is a non-conforming structure, so anything
is.
over 30%
I
added
get
to
that.
it requires and we're adding 175% to it.
All right, so you would like me to set up, for John to,
Yeah, just talk to the
Building inspector,
homeowner,
yeah.
see if there's a day that we can, and I'm assuming, are we gonna meet again next month, or did you wanna come back between, are you good for,
Is anything on for next month?
no?
Dead of winter.
I mean, I'm
I'm
flexible.
always free, yeah.
Yeah, I'd come back.
I have no life, you
I
know.
don't need to wait till next month.
Alrighty, if you can set up a date and time, that John can just do a quick stop in, just to verify.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't mind, if there's a door open or whatever, and they don't mind John just driving by and poking his head in or whatever, or if they wanna be there, or.
Yeah, I don't think you would do that, not without
Yeah,
somebody.
not without somebody there, probably
Right.
not.
The other thing is, to your point, and again, I'm not a board member, but I just wanna, make sure everything's out now so that when we come back again, there's not any further questions. But, is there any concerns with the size that you may wanna address now, that maybe you wanna talk to your client, maybe they wanna shrink it down, maybe not, are they heart set on this size, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either, it's I wouldn't, it's not really our business to suggest what would work.
Yeah.
We've been asked to look at this,
Mm-hmm.
and I struggle with this.
Yeah. I agree. It's a lot.
It's not 50%, it's 175%.
Okay. Would you struggle if it was less?
Well, it'd be more in line with other things we've approved on the lakes.
Yeah, we need to be consistent. We've, recently, we've had a situation where the, owner of the property went back and redesigned
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
what was put before us to gain an approval.
Yeah. It was mostly about keeping it out of the setbacks.
And size. That
And
one was-
size,
that-
yeah.
that one started as 100%, I think he whittled
Yeah.
it back to 50.
Yep.
Right.
Off the top of my head approximately, I don't.
And it's actually not that far from where this property is, it's across the cove,
Okay.
so if they, wanna look at it.
Now technically, if he wants to build just the garage, is there an issue with that? Where the garage is outside of the setback,
Outside of the setback, yeah.
so there's no issue with that whatsoever, correct?
What did you file under? 2D?
Yes.
For an accessory structure, that's another. That would have been 3D.
Because he would be out of the setbacks if he,
Yeah.
if he does
If he
just
could
the
do that,
breezeway.
And again, he can, you would have to eliminate the foundation that connects.
Why?
Right, for it to be an accessory structure,
Because
that's a
that's
different.
connecting it to the existing, that,
It's not an accessory if it's connected.
Oh, I
It's
see
no
what you're
longer
saying,
Right.
I
It's
see
not
what you're
accessory
saying,
if
yep,
it's
yep,
connected.
okay. So, other than that, I'd be doing the exact same thing I'm pretty much doing.
and if he wanted to eventually connect it, he'd be back in front of the board again.
Okay.
So you're saying just the garage, not the deck? No.
Not the
Saying if they
breezeway,
erase the breezeway,
Oh,
this.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
even though the breezeway's outside of the structure, it becomes part of the structure, outside the
Because the
setback.
whole structure
Yeah.
as it sits is non-conforming, it throws it into that category.
Okay,
Where anything over 30% still is gonna require a special permit.
okay,
So whether it's in the setback or not.
okay.
If the whole structure were conforming and they wanted to do an addition that met the setback requirements, they could do it by right up to 30%. So if that makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah, the garage, to the extent the garage is a freestanding structure, it's a different request.
yeah.
Would I have to come in front of you just for the garage? No,
I don't think so.
Well, No, I
think
would
you
not.
I think what you could do, and I'll check with John, she's already filed.
Right.
We've got everything, it's already been advertised to include that garage, so I think she's all set, she wouldn't have to do a new filing. we could just
Just,
omit it.
yeah.
But,
Just kind of throwing it out there. Need to
Okay.
talk
No,
to my
that's
client
fine.
first.
Yeah, explore all your options.
absolutely.
You know,
Just
that's why I
saying.
didn't say, wanna say is what, you know, when you tried to target
it's
me in, cause there's a lot
problem
of
solve
different
it.
ways to look at the problem, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you and your client sit down and have a conversation, there's a number of different ways that you can address it, right? It's to the
Can't tell you what
extent-
your priorities are, you know.
To the extent that the proposed garage becomes an accessory structure, then there's a different set of rules that apply to it as long as it falls outside of the setbacks. Or within the setbacks, or no, not within, outside of the
It has to
setbacks.
be outside, yeah.
All right. What's everybody thinking?
Well, if we
Any other
do
questions?
another, meeting this month, I mean, we kinda have to keep to a Thursday, right? We don't know what the room availability would be otherwise, or?
Well, why don't we do this?
How,
Why
well, how
don't-
much of a rush is your client in?
Yeah.
Do they?
I still don't have conservation approval there. We're waiting on your approval.
Oh.
So I don't see conservation again until the 22nd, I think.
So a month's not a crazy,
I mean, if,
Well, if it's
you may
January
wanna
27th.
ask them for a continuance if this all changes.
Yes, yeah.
So, and why people go tell the other
Well, the whole
boards
thing is
before-
that if I go in front of conservation and I make it less, then they have no problem with
They'll be
that.
happier.
They'll be happy.
Yeah.
But, so I don't see a big problem with that.
Okay.
I just, you know, was just trying to get this moving along.
Sure.
I would be available to meet before the, you know,
A
if we
different
wanna
I guess
set
my
up-
only-
Thursday or something, yeah.
My only other, we don't have anything now, but we could get something, so then we meet, but I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Is it too late for
No, I
something in
don't-
February?
They have to advertise
too
30
late.
days,
It's too late
right?
for February, okay.
Because we moved this meeting out a week.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
I was forgetting about that. I'm available.
yeah,
It
I
doesn't
can
matter to me, I'm just,
be available.
Well, I think it's contingent on, after you have a discussion with
Right.
your,
Okay,
client.
okay.
And John,
And
Yeah, the
John.
sooner that can be coordinated, then the sooner we could meet again.
Okay, if we're gonna continue it, we're legally supposed to have a date and time.
Do you wanna go
Um,
for the February meeting or whatever and just take it from there, or?
I guess if we have to, kinda have to, if we're gonna continue it, which is
I
what
need
we're
to
gonna
my
do.
calendar.
The 6th.
6th? Yep.
So will that work,
Okay.
February sixth?
Yeah, that'll work.
7 p.m.
okay.
All right,
Okay.
good.
I'll entertain a motion then, we'll continue this hearing to February 6th at 7 o'clock.
I'll make a motion to continue to February 6th.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Let's see, what else we have? Got a
anything else tonight?
set of meeting minutes.
We got some minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes. Do we have to do anything else first?
You should really review them,
No, I did.
I mean, Lynn makes very few mistakes,
I know that.
but we owe her to at least look through it, which I already did as well.
I did. Gee whiz.
I'm just making sure you did. So we had a motion to approve the minutes?
Yes, sir.
I'll second.
Oh, they aren't quite up to
All
speed
those-
with us, are they?
They're trying. All those in
Us
favor?
youngins.
Aye.
Aye.
It's today the 9th?
It is?
Entertain a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
These,